today's tutorial, you'll learn about the pushback and walk-around procedures. The pushback procedure is one of the most difficult ones you can do at the airport. When pushing an aircraft back, you must be careful about your speed, the angle at which you're steering the aircraft, and of course everyone on board the aircraft and around you. The pushback procedure is typically performed with the help of a special vehicle and a tow bar. We will be operating such a vehicle specifically designed for this task, the Goldhofer Bison. These vehicles are characterized by high power and torque, which means that certain models can push even the heaviest of aircrafts with full loads. Let's get started. Your initial task is to attach the tow bar to the back of the Bison. Before you do that, you need to prepare it for transport. Use the handle in the middle of the tow bar to lift the wheels and increase the clearance for transport. Now you're ready to attach the tow bar to the Bison. Okay, now you need to transport the vehicle with the tow bar into position in front of the aircraft we will be pushing. You must park in such a way that the tow bar is facing the aircraft's wheel, so you'll have to maneuver in reverse. I recommend changing the camera to an external view to make your work easier. Great! Now, go out and detach the tow bar from the back of the Bison. Now park the Bison so that it is behind the tow bar facing the front of the plane. You must park in such a way that the tow bar is facing the aircraft's wheel, so you'll have to maneuver in reverse. I recommend changing the camera to an external view to make your work easier. automatically. In a normal scenario, you'll have to notify the pilots of the APU startup, but you'll learn about this in the GPU tutorial. Before departure, you must check if all the aircraft components have been secured and if there are any items on the plane. This process is called the walk-around, in which you walk around the plane, checking its individual components and verifying that they've not been damaged. To do the verification, approach the highlighted area and hold down the button displayed until it is verified. If you believe all the elements have been checked thoroughly, open the communication panel, go to the Flight Deck tab, and then select Walk Around. Now your task is to attach the tow bar to the aircraft. To do this, approach it and grab it by the front handles by performing the displayed action. Then using the controls displayed, you can guide it with you. To turn the tow bar left or right, use the buttons displayed. To tilt the tow bar up or down, use the buttons displayed. Now that you know how to operate the tow bar, attach it to the indicated element on the aircraft's front wheel. Then attach the tow bar to the front hitch of the Bison. Great, now get behind the wheel of the Bison. Before you begin pushback, you'll have to wait for a signal from the crew that you can start pushing the plane. You'll see this signal by the illumination of the position lights. These are red flashing lights located at the bottom and top of the aircraft. If they are on, it means you can go ahead and start pushing the plane. In this case, the plane will be taking off from runway 27, so you need to push it out to the left. Remember to make smooth movements and brake calmly if you need to, as the crew is likely conducting a safety briefing for the passengers. During the pushback, you'll have to notify the crew that they may start the engines. You will do this using the communication panel in the flight deck tab. Remember to inform the pilots to start the engines before moving the plane onto the taxiway to avoid prolonging the standing time. There will be a zone on the taxiway where you'll have to place the plane so that its wheels are inside it. The plane must be positioned as parallel as possible to the taxiway lines. Once you have stopped, the supervisor will detach the tow bar and bypass pin from the plane for you. When the tow bar is detached from the plane and reconnected to the Bison, you'll have to drive back to the stand from the taxiway. Great! Now go back to the stand from which we pushed the aircraft. Congratulations! You have just completed the tutorial on the pushback and walk-around processes. Now you know how to perform these operations. Good luck!